Welcome back to Brands Hatch and the Power Max Mini Challenge. We are here on the Grand Prix circuit. A fascinating race in prospect. It's Chris Knox who leads the way. JCW class, it's Shane Stoney who now leads the Cooper class. So the two champions for 2014, front of the pack. Though Stoney coming under a lot of pressure from race one winner. That is Ricky Page. Trying to follow in behind Shane Stoney as the pair of them sprint along the Cooper straight on towards Surtees. They've got Josh Gollin and William Phillips all part of that scrap as well. Stoney the red car with the yellow trim, Page the red car with the white roof, and then Josh Gollin not dissimilarly coloured. There is the multicoloured entry though of Chris Knox leading race one winner and returnee Jono Brown, and it's Henry Dupree who's now taken his turn in the queue behind. You can see the progress Luke Caudle's making. He's got up onto terms with Rob Smith, and this is what all the neutrals will have been hoping for as Jono Brown and Chris Knox begin to battle with each other. The gaps begin to close down. Same in the Cooper class. Shane Stoney, Ricky Page, if they decide to start fighting for the lead, gives everybody else the chance to close up. It means that Jono Brown, as he looks to challenge Chris Knox to the outside of the Paddock Bend, if he's going to make this move, he needs to do it sooner rather than later, because otherwise he is at risk of being swarmed by those around him. As they climb up towards Druids, not to the inside. It's making Jono Brown do all the hard work. Step down out of the hairpin into the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend. One of the most altered corners really since the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit was launched in the early 1960s. Otherwise the layout remains largely unchanged, particularly Surtees, as Jono Brown looks again to the outside. Chris Knox, he's forcing Knox to drive defensively. You can see how quickly the gap to Henry Dupree has come down as a result of it. And he's got Hamish Brand and the rest of them all for company as the leading quartet in the Cooper class head around Druids. Down towards Graham Hill Bend once more. It's Ricky Page in second place, challenging Shane Stoney. Then we've got Josh Gollin and William Phillips, but they've got plenty of time left. They can just afford to let the race run for a few laps before they really dispute who's going to claim Cooper class honours. In the JCW class, it's a little bit more frantic because you can see we've got this leading queue of 7 cars, all nose to tail through Westfield. Jono Brown looks to one side, then the other, climbing up into Sheen. Take a big bite of curb for all of them, and then on to the left-hander at Stirling's, the cambered turn. Rob Smith, he has now got Luke Caudle, who is right up onto his tail. So they all dart downhill into clearways. And again, Chris Knox taking a very tight line through clearways. That is going to be an opening maybe for Jono Brown. Henry Dupree may have just missed an opportunity there. I think if Dupree got into the toe behind Jono Brown, he could have launched a bid on both of them into Paddock Hill Bend. As it is, Jono Brown to the outside line. Chris Knox, though, showing exactly how wide any challenge JCW car can be when you want it to. The hill into Druids once more. Around they go. While some good scraps behind as Alan Taylor recovering from that early incident being caught by Josh Gollin and William Phillips. They've got Ricky Page with them. It means that Shane Stoney, I think, has rather broken clear of that trio in the Cooper class, possibly in amongst the traffic with some of the slower JCW cars. This is the fight then for second. As Ricky Page has really lost it. He's been shuffled down into 4th place. Now, although tucked in behind Alan Taylor as across through the gravel track goes William Phillips. Phillips then plants his right foot, squirts downhill. As Knox has now got Dupree leading his challenge. Jono Brown has dropped down to 5th place. It's Luke Caudle who's making the strongest progress. He now challenges Neil Newsted for 3rd. There is Jono Brown. And this is exactly what happens when you're running to a really tight train of cars. Is that it takes is 1 or 2 errors and the gaps open up or close up in the blink of an eye. Oh, getting Cresswell every which way, looking to squeeze past Grace Williams. Grace going very strongly this weekend. They've also got Max Lever in that group as well. And the number 10 car of Adrian Norman. Adrian just letting the cars in front. See how it pans out. Gideon Cresswell bounces across the grass next to Graham Hill Bend. Be careful with the track limits here. Hammond just in behind them as well. A relatively muted weekend this from Matt. To Surtees and on towards Hawthorns. Meanwhile, the challenge for 3rd place, Luke Caudle to the inside of Neil Newstead. In car Luke, he's making it look very easy, just fingertip control on the steering wheel through Druids. That's what he needs to do. Thought that in-car shot. He was busy defending from John O'Brien en route towards Graham Hill Bend. There's your race leader, Chris Knox, getting into the traffic, Henry Dupree. And then Neil Newstead under pressure from Luke Cordle. And as a result of that, Cordle's just overcooked it. Bounces across the grass as Chris Knox towards the tail end of the race. It has been an utterly dominant season from Knox. And this second race at Brands Hatch looks like it's going to be no different. Knox really has been the class act of the season. He's got a little bit of traffic though to concern himself with on this final lap. The battle between Matt Hammond and Gideon Cresswell, which we normal note is Knox's first target, as he accelerates out of Stirling's for the final time. The Cooper class fight is going to go into one more lap, and William Phillips has got a good run here on Ricky Page. Makes a little bit of contact in fact with Page as they come on to the Brabham Straight. So across the line they go into the final lap. So they just avoid the lapper as Chris Knox takes the checker flag, with Henry Dupree a close second, and third does go to Neil Newstead. Cordle couldn't quite overhaul him. So William Phillips now makes the move on Ricky Page. They've just got the Grand Prix loop to go here. So they accelerate on towards Hawthorn, and the problem for Shane Stoney. Stoney slows, and Josh Gollin promoted into the lead then of the Cooper class dramatically on the last lap, as Ricky Page has a good run on William Phillips, but Phillips crucially has the inside line, so there is nothing that Ricky Page can do about that. Hawthorn on to Westfield they go, downhill into the bottom of the valley, then up Josh Gollin. Sometimes you just have to take the wins as they come. It's a real disaster for Shane Stoney. It's a real fight though, it's for second in class, because Ricky Page is trying to line up that move on William Phillips. Phillips though knows how to drive a wide car when he wants to. You saw him just tapping the brake, just getting a little bit of a settler into Clark Curve. No concerns though for our Cooper class race winner, Josh Gollin. He accelerates through and takes the checkered flag. Phillips in second, Ricky Page completing the rostrum. Another good scrap for fifth in the Cooper class, as under a lot of pressure, Will Dendy from Mark Wakefield. It's Will who just holds the place. So look at the results then, with Chris Knox victorious from Henry Dupree and Neil Newstead. A great drive to fourth from Luke Cordle ahead of Rob Smith and Hamish Brandon. In the Cooper class, the win for Josh Gollin from William Phillips and Ricky Page. Shane Stoney, mechanical issue on the last lap, costing him dearly. So he's on to the top step of the podium. Applause for Josh Gollin, and the same for Chris Knox, who really found the Power Max Mini Challenge roster to be his second home in 2014.
Well, Chris, you said before that the win was what you wanted, so you must be happy with that.
Yeah, fabulous. Just massive thanks to the team. We'd done a few changes from qualifying and the first race, so just over the moon at the moment. SO Group Management have put a mega deal together with Accelerate, and we've got Rivervale, Sweet Buzzers, the new guys over there with Plant Hire. I'm actually speechless. I had no idea I was going to win that. I thought Jono was just going to disappear, so I'm just over the moon at the moment.
It was a battle all the way through with Will, Ricky, and myself. Shane got a little bit of a lead, so he's focused on battling with each other. Every lap we'd change positions, and as soon as you hit the front of the battle, they catch you back up again, such as a tow in the Cooper class. So, but no, in the end, I was able to come out on top of that battle, and on the last two laps, Shane started to slow down. So, gutted for him, but at the same time, I was smiling underneath my helmet just as I went past on the last lap. I couldn't have done it without the guys at Minicraft and College of West Anglia. They've really put a great car together for me this weekend, so thanks to them.
So the standings then after the second race of the weekend: in the JCW class, Chris Knox leading it, and the champion from Neil Newstead, who has been able to overhaul Luke Cordle late on in the season. In the Cooper class, Shane Stoney crowned, Josh Gollin in second from Ricky Page and William Phillips. And those standings turned out to be the final championship positions, because as the third race got underway, the crowded pack on the reverse grid surging up to Druids. As they came out of the hairpin, there was an entanglement amongst the JCW cars resulting in hefty impact for several of the runners with the Armco barrier, particularly Keith Izzat, and that caused damage to the Armco. And with curfew fast approaching, unfortunately the organisers left with no choice but to abandon the race. The good news is that Keith Izzat, who had the worst of that, escaped with no serious injuries.
Due to the incident out on circuit, it wasn't possible to restart the final mini race of the day before the curfew here at Brands Hatch. So that's it for the racing here today, but don't worry, because we'll be back newer, bigger and better in 2015. To keep up with all the latest news and updates, do check out our website and Facebook and Twitter pages. But from everybody at the Power Maxed Mini Challenge, it's goodbye for now.